To me, food, it always evolves and changes as it moves through places. This is inspired by a chapli kebab, but it's not a chapli kebab. It's inspired by a chopped cheese, but it's not entirely a chopped cheese. But it's like, how do you kind of bring those flavor profiles together? I'm born here, I grew up here. I have a Pakistani kitchen at home, a Pakistani taste palette, but I also have an American taste palette. To me, it's like bringing that marriage together of like Pakistani American flavors together in one piece. I like sandwiches. Sometimes I'm craving a sandwich, but I'm also craving something my mom makes. Yeah. And this is like that version of it, you know? We get fresh baked bread every single day. Right. I love like getting the fresher one. I found a baker on Google and I was like, where do you get your bread from? He's like, this guy named Sunrise. I'm like, okay. I've given him like thousands of dollars a week for the last like year and a half. I never met him, but we were open till 3 a.m. one day.
Sounds so New York.
You grew up in the Bronx. You go to Haji's?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I went there to do my research and I was like, why is their bread so good? And I saw them using a toaster just like this and I was like,
you were like, that's how we
have to do it. Like a lot of things that I do here is because I was like, why change what makes it, like, it makes it so good, you know? For the chopped cheese, we use 2 spiced patties, a version of a chapli kebab. A chapli kebab is usually like a Pakistani burger. It's as big as your hand. We fry it in beef tallow. There's been nights where I've woken up, I'm like, it's like, yeah, we're just chopping like hundreds of sandwiches. Like my guy's Nicholas back is breaking. He knows. He's like, I heard.
Making music kind of, huh?
There's a little bit of different spices in there, but I kept the whole coriander pieces because you want that pop. We'll mix it like on a daily basis. I make the spice mix myself. We're at Nishaan, home of the Pakistani chopped cheese. Here we do Pakistani American street food. It's kind of like my love letter to my Pakistani childhood and my American childhood. It's just combining dishes I grew up eating that I love. It's about like kind of bringing a familiar taste to my community and then introducing my community to everybody else in a familiar package. Like let it steam up. We got a really nice melt on it. Get that smell in there.
This reminds me at 4 a.m. in my 20s.
A little bit of mayo, our tamarind chutney, and our lime cilantro sauce. And then we'll put that off.
Bro, look at the cheese.
That's like the level of melt I want.
How'd you get your start?
I was in the tech industry, right? I was laid off for 5 months, so I was a product manager, food content creation on the side. So, you know, I'm always making recipes, I'm always making videos and stuff like that. And in the middle of the night, I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna find a job, but I think I can make food. I've never made it for thousands of people, but I think I can make it, I know I can sell it. I'm like, it's a little bit. Did an application for Smorgasburg, didn't even have a name.
Which is a insane venue in Brooklyn where it's like every Saturday, thousands of people descend to this one neighborhood to try a bunch of food. So anyway, so you put in this app.
The first day we opened, I'm like, all right, like, let's see how it goes. 2 hours later, we're like, what happened? We sold out. Of everything we bought.
What was your expectation going into that?
I had zero expectations. The thing was, I'm like, if I fail, I fail. At least I tried. What ended up happening was I got to learn really, really fast how to properly prep, make things happen, and how to have enough. Like my biggest thing is selling out is cool, but disappointing people is like the worst thing ever. We do green paper for Pakistan. We got the green and white.
You gotta show love and represent, bro.
Yeah. The reveal shot. Look at that.
That looks delicious.
See, that's, get you dancing, get you in the mood. When we do the tacos though, I increase the heat on that one.
Church towel? Do you have a church towel ready for me? No? Okay.
We make our own salsa.
Why are these spicy?
We do a Bihari barbacoa. Barbacoa, you know, it's like slow roasted meat with spices, usually guajillo. They slow roast it in like the oven until it's shredded. Bihari is a Pakistani dish where we do a papaya paste on meat till it becomes really tender, and then we cook it over charcoal. I combine both things. So we do a slow roasted beef with some Bihari spices, and then we smoke it at the end. So you get this spicy, smoky beef, combination of like the Mexican and Pakistani flavors. I grew up in Chicago, a lot of Mexican communities, tacos were everywhere. I love food, and I love learning. I want to really combine the flavors holistically and then create that vehicle that gets placed into. At the end of the 9 weeks, I was still like, I don't want to open a restaurant. It's so physically like demanding on your body.
But at the same time this is going on, there was also a bit of media involved.
After that 9 weeks ended, and I'm like sitting at home, I'm like, oh, what's next? Like, we might do something. I get a message. They're like, hey, do you want to be on the Great Food Truck Race? And I'm like, this is really random. I've only opened in 9 weeks. I've done this 9 times, and like I said, I never say no to an opportunity. I say, yes, why don't we do it? I call up 3 of my friends. I'm like, hey, you guys want to take 5 weeks off of work?
Everybody not on payroll. You're on payroll. Like, hey, what are you doing?
Hey, what are you doing? You have 5 weeks to spare from your job? They're like, For what? I'm like, you want to be on TV? They're like, yeah, sure.
That looks buttery soft.
Yeah. Cook this for 4 hours.
4 hours.
And then we separate it from the sauce. We add a smoke to it. And we shred it all, and then we mix it all back in.
Menu-wise, is there anything new that you're working on that you're excited about?
In like 2018, I made this recipe for a garam masala hot chicken when hot chicken was becoming popular. And then in 2023, when I was just making videos, a restaurant in Williamsburg messaged me up like, hey, do you want to do a collaboration? You know, I gave them this idea for the garam masala hot chicken sandwich, and we sold like 1,500 of them. I still wasn't ready for a restaurant yet, right? But when I was doing the Smorgasburg thing, I thought back on that experience where I'm like, I never cooked any food there, but I made a recipe people love. Let it fry up until it gets crunchy. This one's doing well.
Now, already you know that when you come here, he's not skimping out. Look at the packing of the taco.
I try to make it packed. I try to make it back to spot.
Sometimes I eat a taco and I'm like, I wish this had more ingredients in it.
Yeah.
These are all for me, right?
All for you, yep.
All.
Oh, hot. And then we'll top this over here. And then we also like usually serve this with our Elote Chaat. Growing up, Chicago, you walk around, there's like a guy in a cart, it's like corn in the cooler,
legit.
Mayo, tortilla, butter, chili powder. It's like growing up, decision between the ice cream truck or the corn. I always go for the corn. It's just so delicious.
Somehow you always come back to the roots.
Yeah, it comes back to like everything I eat. I'm just like,
how can I make
I
this
want to be
way?
reminded of home also at the same time, you know? Because like you go out and eat so many places that you're like, I still want a little bit of home.
All right. Who likes to watch a grown man cry on camera?
That's we got the corn to cool it down, which is it's also spicy.
Already first bite, what you said, that smokiness?
Yeah.
That's the first thing you taste. Damn, that's good. Dude, actually that's, oh, here comes the fucking spice. Holy shit.
It's on the back, it's on the back. It's always on the back end.
Let's see.
Because you got the salsa too. The salsa adds some sweetness.
So it's funny, the spice is like in my head, right here. That's where it
Yeah.
is.
That's only one
not
bite.
crazy. It's
That's
not
one
crazy.
bite in, you know?
That's perfect.
Yeah, thank you. The cheese, like, it's a whole combination.
Not gonna lie, it's the best taco I've ever had. The flavor profile is insane.
Thank you. Is
It's
the one
like an emotional lap. I'll be right back.
is the one
That's so good.
is the one recipe
You guys need to eat this. It's a wrap. Big one, guys. Give them the trophy. Bring the trophies in.
This
Start the ceremony.
This is the competition? Oh no. Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you.